everybody, this is Adrienne with Essential Soul Coaching. I have a reading for one of my subscribers, Mark Thompson. He had a question about Queen Elizabeth and Margaret Thatcher and their different personalities and how they looked at life. And so I had to go do some cards for him. So it took a while. He asked me a while back, and I want to show the cards. There's a card deck called Bad Girls Throughout History. Now, these are not tarot cards. These are just stories and quotes on famous women that I want to talk about. So, here's the Queen. This is Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, and we have the Queen, Elizabeth II. So, what I'm going to do today is pull a card, not on psychology, not on how they think per se, but if they were both alive now, how would they deal with the climate issue? How about that? Because it's a big deal today. A lot of people are talking about it. There's a lot of things going on. So, keep your eye on what's going on in the climate change thing, because there's a lot of different strategies going on right now with our governments and how they're handling it. Wink, wink. Okay, so how would Margaret Thatcher handle the current climate change that's going on and all the new laws and mandates that's going on right now? How would she handle it? So I'm going to pull a card. This is how she would handle it. Okay. And the card is Ace of Air, which is a strategy. So Margaret would come up with a new strategy to handle what's going on. She would be in there with other lawmakers trying to figure out what's the best thing to do for the country. She would meet with other world leaders, and she would come up with a solution, or the best solution, or at least them to come up with a solution and a plan. So she would probably be a part of the agenda because she's of that mindset, but she would not be a pushover. She would definitely ensure that her country is taken care of, and make sure the people are being taken care of, because I think that's the way she is. The strategy is going to be written out. It's going to be, there's going to be transparency, and people are going to know what she really truly thinks about stuff. It's not going to be behind the scenes. She's going to make it known, and she would talk about it. She would let the public know what she's doing and how she's doing it, because she said that's the only way she could definitely do anything. And she's very stoic and very true to her own values. Okay. Now with the Queen, I'm gonna run the cards for the Queen. Now that she was still living this year, and all these climate changes, and I know that she was here last year, and so she's dealt with climate changes. But let's say she had ultimate power. She was not only just figuratively ahead of the state, she was actually could make laws and stuff like that. How would she handle it if she was still living this year and she was in good health and all that, and she could right in mind and everything? How would the Queen Elizabeth II, handle it if she had true power to make changes or to deal with this climate change issue? So I'm going to pull this card. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, and it's reversed. So Ten of Cups is usually, you're living your best life, your world is great, and your family's great, finances are great. She would deal with it as though it's a crisis, and she would be working with her family to come up with plans to help with a strategy for climate change. She would not be making law on her own. She would include her family in it, because there'd be a crisis. She would see it just as a crisis for everybody. But she'd want her son and all the people around her who help her with political issues, help her come up with a solution. Whereas Margaret Thatcher would have her own values, and she would make it be known, right? The Queen is going to want other people to help her make that decision. So they're two different people. I mean, the Queen was very dependent on other people helping her with political situations, and whereas the Iron Lady was like, this is how I feel, I understand what's going on, and I'm going to make the decision, and everybody else needs to just come along with me. So they would handle it in that way. I'm going to pull a card about Meghan Markle and see what the Queen feels about Meghan Markle, and what how Margaret Thatcher would handle Meghan Markle. That was his question. So we're going to go ahead and pull the cards for that. Meghan Markle and Margaret Thatcher. How would Margaret Thatcher handle Meghan Markle? What does she think of her? So here's the card for Margaret Thatcher. And that card is Librarian. Oh, Lord. You see how this trick later is? 5 of Librarian. Oh, librarian structure. This is the Hierophant. She's like, I'm going to teach you. You're going to do what I tell you to do, and I'm going to teach you what you need to do, and you're going to follow my rules. Margaret Thatcher would put her in line. That's what Margaret Thatcher would do with Meghan Markle. And then the Queen, the card that came out was Hierophant. Now, Hierophant also matches up with Harry, and it's reversed. The Queen would think that Meghan, so secret means you need to go in and you define who you are. And the Queen doesn't think Meghan knows who she is, right? She's just on this quest to do whatever she needs to do without having any morals or values. She doesn't, you know, it's like the hermit, I think, more. So, and she doesn't know, she doesn't have anything that guides, so she doesn't have a guiding morality. That's how the Queen saw Meghan. She just wanted what she wanted to get what she wanted to get. So she needed to go inside and she needed to seek who she was and figure out what she really wanted to do. And the Queen just felt like she was just aimlessly wandering around to get to the next level of what, however means it meant to get there. That's how the Queen saw Miss Meghan Markle. Okay. So anyway, y'all, that's my reading for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep with the questions. I want to answer questions for people, and I want to give you what the tarot says about it. Just leave your comments below. What do you think how Margaret Thatcher would have handled Meghan Markle? And how do you think the Queen really wanted to handle Meghan Markle when she was living? All right, y'all have a great day. This was a fun read. I'll talk to you later. Blessings.